Superman number 23, written by Mike Johnson, art by Eddie Barrows and Jesus Marino. This is ostensibly part one of Psywar, but it doesn't feel any different than the previous issues at all. So last issue we had a whole thing of the 20 being revealed, and then the Hive Queen took out Superman because she's going to take over Metropolis or something for Brainiac. This issue picks up 4 years ago with some dude breaking into a museum. He's also one of the 20. He puts on the Medusa mask, and it apparently has legendary powers that will help his powers develop more. If you've been reading Superboy, which somehow is also a lead into this event, this is not a surprise, but I think they smartly realize nobody in their right mind is reading Superboy. So we pick up exactly where we left off last issue. Superman's being attacked by some weird goop looking stuff. It's like honey because she's the Hive Queen. And she's like, haha, Superman, I'm going to have Hive be psychically all connected with Metropolis and whatnot. Isn't this what you want, Superman? You want to save them all? Look, I'm making them want for nothing. They fear nothing. This is true. It's just free will. Who cares about that? But everyone's safe. And Superman busts out of the control of it. Heat visions Hive Queen. And she's like, how dare you? You can't just punch me. This is a psychic thing. You got nothing on this, Superman. So she lets out a psychic blast, and she's also able to use telekinetic abilities, so Superman has to fight her both physically and mentally as well. And we see all this narration going on this time from a person we don't recognize, talking in the third person, and he's very obnoxious. I really want to point that out. The narration in this book is obnoxious, to say the least. So, as he's going to tackle the Hive Queen, turns out she's not really there. This is all just a psychic image of her, and so she makes many other psychic images, and Superman tries to x-ray to see which one's the real one, but why in the hell would that work? So they all start blasting him with psychic energy, and she once again says aha, you can't punch your way out of this one, Superman, because clearly that's all you're good for, so I'm gonna psychically control you. Then we cut to the hospital, because if you remember, in the prelude of the annual, Lois Lane became one of the 20 and then fell into a coma. And so her boyfriend's been waiting here all along. She shoots up, and the only thing that she says when she awakes is Superman. So we go back downtown. We see Hector Hammond comes in and says psh, I'm the only mind that's worth anything, Hive Queen. I'm going to fight you. So she sicks the army of everyone in Metropolis against him, and he's like, but you forgot the best thing about mind control. You can just mind control other people. So he mind controls some of her mind control army, and the way you see the difference is that hers have golden glowing eyes and his have big heads. So they start fighting against each other with their own armies. 2 cops show up and try to control the situation. Hector just has them kill each other. And then we see Superman is in Hive Queen's crowd, and he's like, oh, you got Superman? I want Superman. So then Hector gives him a big head, and she's like, no, you can't do that. So she tries to blast him, but wouldn't you know it, he's also not there. He's also just a psychic image. And he's like, yeah, I'm back where your original base was, the one I took over several issues ago. Come and get me. And she's like, psh, you suck. So she flies off to go take him. And as they both are distracted with each other, I guess, Superman's like, oh, I'm able to think for myself. And he looks around at all the other people who are not out of mind control, and they start attacking him. He doesn't want to fight them because, they're innocent people just being controlled. So he just flies up out, and he manages to x-ray vision his way to find where the Hive headquarters is. So he busts his way in, and the narration's like, he doesn't know how he's able to fight this fight without psychic abilities. Whatever will he do? And as he arrives, he sees a person calling out for help in some rubble. Turns out it's Hector Hammond, but his head is back to normal. He's like a normal-looking dude now, and he's like, whoa, Hector, what happened? He's like, oh, the Queen's dead. I'm also not doing so hot, but you got to run, Superman, because he's here. And Superman's like, who? What are we talking about? And Superman turns around, and we see that our narrator this entire time is Psycho Pirate, who uses the Medusa mask to connect with every mind on the planet, see all of their secrets, so he calls Superman Clark, And Psywar is just going to be against Psycho Pirate, I guess. Okay. I don't understand what events are anymore, I guess. I don't understand what is the bare minimum it takes for DC to say, "Hey, this requires special, like putting it out there of you don't want to miss this." Cuz I can't see anything special with this. I mean, it's not setting up this new status quo. I mean, yeah, Psycho Pirate showed up. Great, cool. But like we've been dealing with this psychic threat thing for this entire damn trade, and I am almost done with it. Like everything before this is Hector Hammond doing something, or Orion doing something, or the Hive Queen doing, like every single issue for the past, when did this start? Since issue 18. For 5 issues, 5 months now, it's all been psychically related. Why is this now Psywar? It doesn't feel any different. Maybe I'll get some better closure on that as we move through, but I doubt it. So, yeah, it's just frustrating to me that they have the cojones to call this an event. So I'm going to give this one I can't give it any more than like a 5.5. And it's just not, like, the art's not awful, but it isn't great either. It feels pretty house style, but like it's just a dumb excuse for me. Like I got angry reading this as I realized that it's nothing special, and yet they're crediting it as such. So 5.5. I don't expect it's going to be any better next time.